Greetings, Patrick here, and it's Tuesday. And if it's Tuesday, that can only be one thing. That must be Library Day, and it is. So, good news and bad news for the library. Uh, Good news is there was a lot of stuff out there today. We got some nice titles, um, but uh, it's I have a feeling this is their last year doing physical media. They are slowly selling, but not discarding all their TV series, and the holes are starting to show up. Um, yeah, it's sort of sketchy. I'm just thinking, well, maybe they're just getting rid of the ones that aren't being rented out, but that's not the case. You'll see with some of the stuff that I have, you just know that people were probably asking for it. They're probably just getting rid of their excess. I, I can't get an answer from anybody about that. I mean, are you going to be getting rid of physical media by the end of the year? Still see people go over there and rent things out, but they're selling their TV series. Uh, so it's great for right now. You can pick them up when they put them on sale. So that's good news. But the bad news is in the future. So this could be our last year of doing library runs as we know it. All right, but we still do got some stuff here. We got some stuff that came from last year. Some of the bigger movies, some of the biggest hits of last year. In fact, one movie is still in the headlines, but all for all the wrong reason. I got 3 CDs I will show you. And the one movie I was talking about that everybody's talking about, it's in the headlines, and that is It Ends With Us. And this thing is wrapped up in controversy. Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are dogfighting it out. Yeah, it's definitely a furball right there. Um, I yeah, it's, never seen it, only heard about the book, so it was there, so I picked it up for a quarter. I don't know. Has anybody seen that? I mean, is it good? I hear it's all right. So I know it's about domestic abuse. So it's a heavy hitting drama, but is it any good? I mean, is it a Hollywood version of domestic abuse, or is it a reality based? And how do you overcome it? Um, Next up, I got Beetlejuice. And I still think that Winona Ryder looks older than Michael Keaton. I still do. This one has uh, Jenna Ortega is in this as well as Catherine O'Hara from the original cast. It also has Monica Bellucci's in here. Again, totally misused, miscast. Still, nobody can get her right. Yeah, she would have been perfect playing Catherine Zeta-Jones's part in Wednesday. She would have made a great. She would have made a. She would have made a great Morticia Adams. So I haven't seen this one either. So I'm glad it came down to us. And the last one is probably the one movie I probably wanted to see of the 3 most this past summer, and it did come down to us, and that would be Twisters with Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones and Anthony Ramos. So this is I was really I was nervous for this movie when I heard about it. I thought, oh, man, I know Helen Hunt had wanted to direct the movie. They didn't want her to do that. They actually wanted her character to die in the first 15, 20 minutes. She didn't want to do that. And then you're worried about will this movie be super cheesy? Because the first one, you gotta admit, if you really, it's sort of cheap. There's some cheese elements in it. But I hear this is actually very good. Of course, the CGI for the tornadoes are CGI, but I heard this is really good, and and and, um, and worth watching. So I'm glad I got it. I didn't see a lot. I didn't see it on a lot of people's best of lists, but I still know that a lot of people I know really enjoyed it. So okay, and I got TV shows. I got TV shows. Some of these shows I haven't even heard of. One I found that I had because I found it through YouTube. I knew nothing about it, but I've been sitting there watching the clips from it, and I'm going like, man, this is a badass show. The first one I got is season 1 of The Outpost, and I know nothing about this at all. I just saw it there, and it had the complete season in it. This one, well, that was weird. This one here, I know nothing about it. I just know that I know that it had the complete series within it. Like I said, the library sometimes will take a show and they'll split it up into 3 or 4 segments with a disc in it. And there was a lot of those there today. But I just don't have the room for that. I don't want plus it looks really aesthetically looking. It doesn't look very good. So I only get the complete seasons that are complete. Though I know nothing about the show, right? Next up, I got season 1 of this from the CW. I think it lasted 2 years, maybe 3, but I got season 1 of Nancy Drew. Season 1 of Nancy Drew. I've watched. I have the version of Nancy Drew that has Sophia Lillis in it, but I think this one is a slightly older. I know that CBS once wanted to do Nancy Drew all grown up in New York City, and they were going to cast Sarah Shahi in the role, but cooler heads prevailed because nobody wants to see a grown up Nancy Drew. This is a part about it. It's like it's a good solid teenage young adult book. I think this one here. I think it sounds like she's in college, like freshman in college. That's a good spot to be in. I've never heard anything about it. Don't know if it's any good or not. When I was younger, I read my sister's books. My sister Christine collected the Nancy Drew and Hardy Boy mysteries, and I used to read her books, and found them quite entertaining, actually. Okay, season 1. Okay. I picked up season 5 of Outlander. I have 1 season of Outlander already, or 2. I think I have 2 seasons, the first 2 seasons. So, and I got season 6 of Outlander. And this is a series that I saw it there, and I was like, oh, hell yeah. It's an Australian series, and it's called Mr. In Between. And I've seen clips of it on YouTube, and I never thought I'd get a chance to own a season of it. But it's called Mr. In Between. This is a badass show. This is an Australian show, and it features Scott Ryan plays Ray Shoesmith. Ray Shoesmith is probably the prototypical anti-hero. He is a criminal for hire, but he has his morals. He's sort of more like a private eye. He's more like a private investigator that can do a little bit more to make sure justice is served. I've seen clips on it. It is great. This is great. So I'm really excited to get the first season. Like I said, I didn't think I'd get something like this. This is cool right here. Only 6 episodes, unfortunately. That's really, really short. Really short. But it is what it is. I think it ran for four seasons. And I heard they were trying to maybe bring something like that to here. sort of like the series here. And I'm not sure if Scott Ryan would actually would star in it. He might produce it or what have you. Um, but I heard they were thinking about doing it here. He is not your, like I said, he is not your quiz. It's not your prototypical anti-hero. He's rough looking. He's but he does have a moral center. There are some things that he won't do, but there are some things he'll be glad to do if called upon, like finding the guy who kidnapped a friend's daughter. Uh, and there is some slight humor in it. You can tell by the band-aid of a koala bear. But make no mistake, this is pretty action-packed right here. All right. And the centerpiece that we got, which I was surprised to get so soon, the centerpiece we got is the first season of House of the Dragon. Yeah, I didn't expect to see that coming rolling through. Um, I guess the one thing is that if it does go through like this, they are getting rid of their TV series. Maybe toward the end, maybe if we're lucky, maybe we'll come across the Mandalorian. I'm really jazzed to see if we can find the Mandalorian, Boba Fett, Asashka. All the little spin-off series that Disney's been doing of these Star Wars. I've been catching clips of them on YouTube as well, and they look fantastic. I gotta admit, it looks all Star Wars. I'm totally. I haven't seen the Acolyte. I don't know what happened to that one. That was a misfire, which is a real shame because it had Carrie Ann Moss in it, and I was excited to see it. But I guess it just didn't hit right. So it only got one season. The House of the Dragon has come out for 2 seasons. I think they're getting ready to do the 3rd one. So at least I got the first one. So I have to get a Blu-ray player still, so I can watch it on Blu-ray. These right here I'll be able to watch because they're on DVD. So that is it for this Tuesday. I think we bounced back rather nicely from last week. Last week was just deader than dead. But we did bounce back and got mostly, like I said, I think we got all library. We didn't get a single donation. So I'm always harping about the library doesn't deliver, and they delivered 100% of what I got today. Everything else is just stuff that I already had or stuff I wasn't interested in. All right, well, that's it. So thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting the sub button. Drop a comment down below. What do you think? I already know what show I'm watching first. I can tell you that right now. I already know. And I'll probably get reviewed for Dollar Theater. But otherwise, drop a comment down. Let me know what you think. What movie or TV show there that looks interesting to you. All right. We will have Dollar Theater Voters Edition up here tonight, and I will also be doing Monday. I'll be doing Dollar Theater. I'll be dropping my new review tomorrow. Friday at 3 p.m. we have actress Jay Ma will be with us, and Saturday at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. we'll be having film director Michael Cassie join us as we do a watch party for One Ranger. All right, that's it for us. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Peace.